Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anthropology 141L, the Biological Anthropology Laboratory for the summer session. This course runs to July 23rd, so let's make sure we have that on the scheduled date. That's when it ends. All right, so let's talk about some of the course and the mechanics. A lot of the policies of the course can be found in the course orientation module, which I'd like you to do before you start at this point of the class. As well as in the syllabus. And we'll go through a couple of those things. While I have covered many of these things in the Getting Started section of this course. And if you haven't had a look at that, please stop here and go have a look at what I have to say there and then return. And if you have, here we go. So the course is broken down into 10 laboratory learning assignments that you'll have. And of course, we'll do these online. The way those will work, they'll be down in an assignment module, and they'll be generally in a Word or PDF format. You just click on them and download them, complete them at home. And when you're finished, you can return them to me by Canvas, their email system, or you can send it to you by the campus email system, whatever you like to do. It's no issue with me, whatever's easiest for you. Okay, besides the 10 labs that we have, it's also a major project, and that is constructing a timeline history of the Earth. I can't deal with that in the length I've got for this introductory video, but suffice to say that you'll see this in the next assignment instructions about what to do. It's a fairly heavy assignment for you. It's one of the most fun things you'll do. In it, you'll be constructing a timeline, a large timeline of the history of the Earth and filling it in with the things that you think are relevant that help to describe our history on Earth, right from the very first organisms or right up into who we are. And that one's worth 60 points. And if you take it seriously, boy, you can do really well with it. I've just been amazed about how well my students have done with it. And to show you what I mean, I'm going to place some examples of what students have done, so you'll have some benchmarks. Now, with that one, just so I can, kind of preliminary get you some, sort of in your head what kind of materials you're going to need. For the labs, basically nothing. Some pieces of fruit, some toothpicks, right for the first labs, and that'll be it. After that, you won't see any materials listed for the course anymore. But for the timeline poster, here's some things you might want to think about. You're perfectly welcome to produce a timeline history of the Earth, and we'll be working on this together with the visual things we're seeing in the books we're reading. You can do it in electronic format. You can actually do a Word document, convert the Word document into a PDF. In the Word document, you can put artwork and images that you want to display the history of the Earth. You can do this whole thing electronically, and you can do it fabulously too. I've seen some wonderful assignments. Or if you're someone who likes just to work with your hands on things in front of them, rather than on the computer, you can do timelines like on butcher paper, and roll the butcher paper out when you're done, and just take photographs of it, send them off to me, and that's perfect. Students have done that before, and I'll give you some examples of those too, so you can see what they're like. But that's coming up, so I want you to think about the format that you prefer. All right, so think about what makes sense, so you can jump into it right away. Well, to really prepare yourself for that timeline project is the readings and the viewings. Each one of them I have planned for you is designed to complete that project fabulously and give you plenty of information, so you won't have to be shopping for it. So right off the bat, what we have to sort of get started at is watching two major videos. The first is Why Are We Here? And the second is Life's Rocky Start. I'm going to start with the second video because the Life's Rocky Start actually sort of parallels one of the first readings that we're doing in the class, which is the story of Earth. Life's Rocky Start is produced by Robert Hazen, who is the author of the book you're reading. So this is really the parallel video. It can't take place in the book because there's so much in the book that you need to explore, for your timeline poster that you're going to be producing. But it's a really good start. It's an excellent start. So we're going to be beginning with that. And then we're going to go into the video, Why Are We Here? It really doesn't matter which order that you actually watch those in. They're both fabulous videos. Now, on the reading list is the story of Earth, and I have it set at page 1 to 52 to begin with. And this is what I mean. That this material should be done and at about the time that you're finishing the labs. Now, your first labs are due in 1 week. Lab 1 is due Monday the 22nd. So over the next a week, you should be reading what you see here in the module list. If you have your syllabus up, you should be reading, the Story of the Earth, page 1 to 52. Then as you begin the labs and you're getting the middle labs, get to page about 180 by the time you get about a week, 10 days in the course, and then you're in really good shape to really begin your timeline poster. You want to give yourself plenty of time to breathe with it and come back. Don't do this in the last minute. It probably won't turn out very well. All right. So about the time of next week when you're getting through with this, about to page 180 with the Story of Earth, you'll see some other video assignments coming up here. On about next Tuesday, you want to start hitting a video lecture called The History of the Earth. It's a guest lecture by somebody who did a lecture online, which I just loved. I've actually compared that lecture to my lecture and to what Lizzie Scramboli is better than I am. So I'm proud to bring her in to help her with this one. So that will also help you with the timeline poster and to really understand the history of Earth. Right? And that's as you're wrapping up these assignments. After that, after we finish handing in those assignments, what we're going to do is not do any more labs. We're going to really, focus on just working on your timeline assignment all the way up to June 29th, because that's our first quiz date. So our first quiz date is going to encompass the reading material, which you're going to see, the videos, right, and the information that you have in the lab. My quizzes are short, and they're 10 to 12 pages, and they hit just the main concept. It really is to see if you've read the material or looked at it or not. I think that's part of the learning game. Is from my position as an educator, I'm not here to drill you on exactly, how much you know. I just want to know if you've looked at it and you kind of understand the concepts of what's going on. And that's really all I demand on the summertime, because it's been so hectic for everyone with the whole COVID thing. And summer courses are tough to begin with. So when you're thinking about getting prepared for those quizzes, think about the big issues that you've seen, but there will be a selection of questions out of each one of the readings and visual assignments that you see, and a few items on Laboratory 1. All right, so get started on those 2 videos, the readings. As you move through that, I'm going to post another video, which will be on a special category. You'll see it right below this assignment on the timeline project. And I'll spend 10 or 15 minutes with a video like this explaining it and showing you some of the things the other students have done, and otherwise how to construct it, how to lay it out. I'll work with you, step by step on this. All right. Okay. I'll talk later. Bye.